Hello, in this video, we are continuing the discussion of how to manage our money. Learning from this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is video number 23. Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. This channel, I share what I know and what I continue to learn, and I learn every day and I love it. If you are new, my name is Sherifa Nakalema. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And on this channel, I share YouTube tips, business tips, earning money online tips through affiliate marketing. I record videos, just motivation, asking you to take steps, make your life better. And recently, I also added sharing great books like this one. We started with Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that's what we are continuing with today. And this is video number 23. Please consider subscribing if any of that sounds like something you could care about. If not everything else, at least care about the motivational part. I think you would love them. Okay, and for you who's been here before, who knows me, I appreciate your time here. You could have been somewhere else. You chose to be here. Thank you, and please, always, all of you, please leave a comment and support this message here. As I'm recording this, we are still not yet on the 10,000 subscribers yet, but I appreciate you all very much. Please share the videos and let's keep these messages going. I think these are great messages. We are continuing. This is book. This is video number 23, and we are still on lesson 2, chapter 2. Remember, there are 6 lessons in the book. So we finished lesson 1 and lesson 2, which is why teach financial literacy. Why is it important? Okay, who is wrote a book? His name is Robert Kiyosaki. He is a self-made millionaire. He's an entrepreneur, educator, and investor with a mission to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, starting with one life and one person at a time. That person could be you, that person could be me, or it could be all of us. So please, let's take this message seriously. I hope you have a notebook where I'm noting all these points. I didn't mention, this is video number 23, but video 1 up to 22, they are in a link below. There's a link at the end screen of this video, and there's also a pinned comment. I put a comment on top of all comments. It has a link. When you click on it, starts from video number 1 all the way to the ones you missed up to 22. So please, by the way, you could share that link. If you have anyone, you could just go copy that link and share it to anyone. Or they will just start from video number 1. It keeps going. Each time I record a new one, I add it on. And also how you get the book. At the end of the video, I'll share how you get the book in audio form or in a physical form, and also my schedule on this channel. Okay. We are continuing with lesson 23, video 23, and we're going to first review what happened when we ended video 22, because I have to remind you a little bit, so before we continue. So we ended video 22 with a statement where Robert said, "One day, my dad," that will be his poor dad, "told me that our home was his greatest investment. A not too pleasant argument took place when I showed him why I thought a house was not a good investment." So what happened next? I said, let's stop there because this is going to be a little bit longer about houses and how it's not an investment, according to Robert. So what happened there with the argument with his dad? He said he drew diagrams. Remember, Rich Dad was teaching them drawing diagrams, so he used them on his real dad. And he said he drew diagrams and showed his real dad how a home is not a greatest investment, because he was showing him how he loses money on the home, he spends money on the home. But he used some diagrams here, which cannot show you. I mean, I don't see a way to share them, but we get the message. And then after that, After he showed the diagrams, he was showing his dad. This continues. So it says, Robert is saying, a bigger home meant bigger expenses, and the cash flow kept going out through the expense column. So which means, remember, when money is getting out, we cannot call that an asset. We already learned that basic lesson. That's what he was teaching his real dad. Continuing, I'll do most of this is going to be reading from the book. So I think I marked it. He says, Robert, today, people still challenge me on the idea of a house not being an asset. I know that for many people, it is their dream as well as their largest investment, and owning your own home is better than nothing. I think I simply offer an alternate way of looking at this popular dogma. If my wife and I were to buy a bigger, flashier house, we realize it wouldn't be an asset. It would be a liability since it would take money out of our pocket. So here is the argument I put forth. I really don't expect most people to agree with it because your home is an emotional thing. And when it comes to money, high emotions tend to lower financial intelligence. I know from personal experience that money has a way of making every decision emotional. So now he has this page black, like marked out. The whole remaining page is marked out. I think he's saying that all this is important. I'm going to read all of it. He says, when it comes like bullet points, he uses bullet. The first bullet, there are like 5. So the first one is, when it comes to houses, most people work all their lives paying for a home they never own. In other words, most people buy a new house every few years, each time incurring a new 30-year loan to pay off the previous one. Even though, that's bullet number 2, even though people receive tax deductions for interest on mortgage payments, they pay for all their other expenses with an after-tax dollars, even after they pay off their mortgage. Bullet number 3, my wife's parents were shocked when the property taxes on their home increased to $1,000 a month. They had already retired, so the increase put a strain on their budget. Bullet number 4, houses do not always go up in value. I have friends who owe $1 million for a home that today would sell for far less. Now, bullet number 5, these are points. Not like the other points that I tend to read at the end. These are like, he blacked out the point, like it's like bold. Everything is like sort of bold to show that it's important, and then he put bullets on it. So this is number 5. The greatest losses of all are those from missed opportunities, like when you decide to put all your money in the house. If all your money is tied up in your house, you may be forced to work harder because your money continues blowing out of the expense column instead of adding to the asset column. The classic middle class cash flow pattern, which is the classic middle class cash flow pattern. If a young couple would put money into their asset column early on, their later years would be easier. Their assets would have grown and would be available to help cover expenses. Making a decision to own a house that is too expensive in lieu of starting an investment portfolio impacts an individual in at least the following 3 ways. Number 1, loss of time, during which other assets could have grown in value. That's number 2, loss of additional capital. Number 1, loss of time. Number 2, loss of additional capital, which could have been invested instead of paying high home maintenance expenses. Number 3, loss of education. Too often, people count their house and savings and retirement plans as all they have in their asset column because they have no money to invest. They simply don't invest. This costs them investment experience. Most never become what the investment world calls a sophisticated investor. And the best investments are usually first sold to sophisticated investors who then turn around and sell them to the people playing it safe. So it's saying if you don't practice investment, you don't learn. So because your money is tied up in the house. I'm not saying don't buy a house. What I'm saying is that you should understand the difference between an asset and a liability. When I want a bigger house, I first buy assets that will generate the cash flow to pay for the house. My educated daddy's personal financial statement, he has another diagram here, but remember, there's no way to show you diagrams, but he says the educated dad personal finance statement demonstrates the life of someone caught in a rat race. His expenses match his income, never allowing him enough left over to invest in assets. As a result, his liabilities are larger than his assets. Like the money, as you bring it in, it gets out. So he continues and says, my rich daddy's personal financial statement reflects the results of a life dedicated to investing and minimizing liabilities. That's why I'm ending today. He has another diagram, like he compares the two. I think if you are able to get the physical book, that would be great, because if you want to see this diagram, but they are simple. Hopefully you are following without the diagrams. So that's the end of the reading for number 23, but he has just one note for you, and which is he has a note, yeah. It says, it has a subtitle on it. He calls it your scorecard. Without a financial statement, you don't really know where you are in life's financial game. Like it or not, money tells the score of your game. Game in brackets. And a financial statement is your scorecard. Banks want financial statements, income statement, and balance sheet. Okay, banks want financial statements, that is, income statement and balance sheet, to know how well you are scoring in your life's financial game. So, each of us needs a financial statement. We need the income statement and balance sheet to show how we are. That's the end of the reading part. The next part, I also read the note, is just to explain to, if you are new, please. I record daily and I publish daily. Publish meaning upload to YouTube, except on Fridays. 1 p.m. USA Eastern Time. USA has many zones. I'm in the Eastern Zone, which is Virginia, USA. 1 p.m. USA Eastern. Please check Google to see what that equates to where you are. You search for 1 p.m. USA Eastern Time. Then you see. I appreciate you if you are here when I'm premiering the videos. They're always premiered. It helps the video if you are there when it's coming up. So Friday, we just switch the same time. That time is just for books. But on Friday, the same time, I do a live. So you can come join me live. We have some fun. And then on Thursdays and Sundays, 30 minutes earlier, which is 12:30 USA Eastern. On Thursday, I have YouTube tips or business tips, depending. And then on Sunday, I do motivation. Just to ask you, those motivation ones, they're for everyone. I'm asking you to take a step to make your life better. By the way, my channel has many videos. This is video 137. So everything I'm talking about, business tips, I have playlists. Business tips, YouTube tips, they have playlists. It's motivation. I think I have like over 50 videos now. Just motivation. I think you'll like them. You just play the list and it goes, and you get motivated, hopefully. So please, if you want to get this, to listen, just to listen, click a link below. It takes you through my website, honestsoul.com, but it gets to a page, Amazon page that I have on my website. I'm an Amazon associate. So I promote Amazon products, only these. You know me, I always say I like the free part. When they say free, I like to share. So free, get it free to listen for a whole month. But when you click on it, when you go to my website, you click on the podcast, Audible podcast. They're together. You can listen to all podcasts. So actually, it's fun. If you get there, you see that it's fun. There's a lot you can listen to. And then, but make sure when you're signing up for Audible Premium Plus. That's where I'll get this book. The regular one is called Audible Plus alone. So that will give you other books, but not this one. This is a premium book. So you can get that 1 month free. For if you want a physical book, right there on the same page, there are books I recommend. So this is one of them. You can click and buy a physical copy if that's what you want. Please also support my channel and support that page that I have, the Amazon one. If you want to buy something from Amazon, use my page. You don't lose anything, but it benefits me a little. Okay. What did you learn from today? Leave a comment, please. Leave a comment that relates to what we discussed. I know you will say it's a good video. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But put something, because that shows that you got out something. It wasn't wasted time. Okay? Leave a comment, like, share, invite more people, because I want 50 to be consistent coming here every day just for the books, and then I'll share my password. I promise. If you get 50 to be here, I'll share my password. Then you can go watch all these, listen to all, no, listen, they are audio. Listen any you want, because you have the password. Like I always end them, take very good care of yourself, take very good care of your family, take very good care of your health, take a step to a better you. Remember to like and leave a comment. Bye-bye.